Oh, Key Biscayne is Monday, October 15th, 2018. This is the No One's Listening Show, episode 127. I'm your host, Rafa. I'm here with a couple of stellar guests on the panel. To my left, he's filled more bags than that other guy. His name's Manny.
Damn, Rafa, at least I didn't cut the cable. I mean, we're in the construction zone here. We got here. I mean, I'm sorry for everybody. All three of you listening, 6:42 are running a little late-ish. Someone cut the cable here in the construction zone, but I'm glad Rafa MacGyver figured it out. Hey, who are those stellar guests that are coming tonight? Oh, wait a second.
It's me again.
To his left is Leni.
Hi, guys. I'm back.
All right.
By popular demand. Welcome back, Leni.
Thank you. I love it here.
You, a couple more and you're equal with Mackie.
Oh, God. All right, great.
After two in a row, you got to come back. You're now official.
Awesome.
Wait, official is when you get on the chat. When's?
Oh, that's right. Yeah.
So that we're still a ways from that, aren't? Do you agree, Rafa?
Yeah.
Maybe two more visits.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
Two more.
I've seen Leni in other chats. Leni, you got to be a little quieter on this one. I get maybe.
The question
not,
is, do we have to boot other people from the chat before we allow?
Oh, is that Mackie? You're gonna boot him out?
No, Mackie never made it.
He never made it.
He never made the chat. No one's getting booted out.
He should have, though. At one point, it was the Mondays that screwed him. He can't do Mondays. Anyway, sorry. We always start. It's called Weekend Talk. Manny, why don't you go first? You got some good weekend.
You want me to go first on the Weekend Talk?
I do want you to go first.
Man, I mean, you know, I'm going to get a little dark here because you know how, like, there's YOLO, right? Like, it's going to be your last day on Earth, Leni.
Yeah.
How are you going to live your last day?
Oh, wow. Yeah, that's a deep question.
Or celebrate any day. Celebrate any day.
Well, I try to live
day.
YOLO every day, by the way.
Every day. So
I try to
on
live YOLO
Saturday
every
was
day.
a YOLO day for me, 100%. It was October 13th. It was my half birthday. We started counting half birthdays because my daughter Mika is December 28th. So she got chumped every year on Christmas time, and so we gave her a June birthday also.
Aw.
And she learned fractions. Really good at math.
Nice.
So wake up in the morning, we put together Chico's Paddle Club. The beach had finally cleared. It was a dream.
It was gorgeous.
It was spectacular, and we knew it was going to be that way. Met up, probably about 20 of us, 20 humans, maybe 3 animals, and we went for a great paddle, man. There was people back in town. Kelly Guma was in town. You know, there was a bunch of newcomers to Chico's Paddle Club. Leni was there, so that was great.
It was awesome.
Got to spend quality time with Nancy and her son. It was a great morning.
It was a great morning. It was great to see Kelly too back here from Nashville. So that was a nice surprise because I didn't get to see her the day before.
But I mean, the day just kept getting better. I mean, I was get home from the paddle, take a quick little power nap, wake up and go to this event up in historic Virginia Key Beach Park, called the Keg and Clean.
Keg and Clean.
Keg and Clean. And it was kind of Halloween-y and a group putting it together, Debris Free Oceans, really cool group. And Wynwood Brewery and Historic Park. And the Fillabag station was going up also up there.
Yeah.
So we're really psyched about that. Had a great time. My son Lucas is like, Dad, I want to go to the cleanup. You know, my friends and we want to go. I was like, what?
Yeah, it was.
I mean, he doesn't want to do anything with me for like probably 5 years maybe.
Oh, well, that's nice that he
Well,
went.
not in a bad way. It's just, you know, he was, 14 to 18.
Yeah,
I mean,
you're
that's
old.
the
He
way
just
it
wanna
is,
hang out with you.
Right. I know. We'll figure it out one day.
It was the free beer that enticed him.
It was the free beer, I'm sure.
It was pretty good free beer, by the way.
So all these guys were there. Weber got there. I was like, Webby, they just ran out of beer. He's like, that's all right. Good thing I brought my scotch. And he's got a 36-ounce Yeti.
He does.
36-ounce Yeti with solid, ice. And like, it was just amazing. So, did the cleanup. Great day. Come back probably about 6:30. Go down to see Scott Hardy. He's like, come on, let's go to the beach. Some people down there, McCormick's, good group of people. Came down here to the beach park. We're sitting there, had a great time. Beach was still beautiful. Sitting on that wall right there where people sit on chairs, those Adirondack chairs on the wall and look out. And so some people are on the chairs and I come and sit on the wall and I'm sitting there, Leni. And all of a sudden I feel like someone smashes me in the arm with a bat. Just like,
What?
bah! Smashes me in the arm with a bat.
It was a, oh, I know what it was.
I'll show you what it was. I brought it.
I know what it was. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
You're lucky it didn't hit your head.
You kidding me? Here, put that against your head, Leni. Just
Nope.
real little bit. Just a little.
Manny's holding a
gonna drop
coconut
it.
for the listeners.
Yeah, it's a coconut, and you're lucky. This is no good. Wow.
It hit me in the arm, I was like, I thought I broke my arm. Got me right above the wrist. And,
wow.
These guys put ice on me right away. I went home. I knew I wasn't going to, I wasn't going to go to the hospital that night, and the next morning I could do it if my bone wasn't sticking out, So, then I started reflecting on, how close a call that was, really.
It could have totally hit your head. It's very dangerous.
By 6 inches or something.
Yeah.
And then and then I look over and I see the fill-a-back station, and I'm like, today's my half birthday. I'm going to check out 15 feet from the fill-a-back station.
Yeah. With a coconut?
With a coconut?
You know what? That wouldn't be so bad. I'm just kidding. I'm kidding.
I was thinking that too, Lenny. I was like, did I miss,
Yeah.
And then no way.
Well, lucky it was just your arm, and I'm glad you're still here.
That would be a great thing to have on your tombstone. Killed by a falling coconut.
Maybe the
Here
next
lies
one.
Manny. A coconut fell on his head. That's it.
That's it.
Beautiful.
Simple, short and sweet.
Yeah.
That's like out of the haunted house.
Yeah.
When you're walking by and you see all the funny
Oh my gosh.
tombstones. But my sons are like, Dad, you know how many people die from coconuts a year?
Did you guys look it up? Did you?
No,
Google
Allison McCormick was there, and she immediately, contacted.
The village.
Yeah, and
Really? I was going to make a joke about that when we're going to have some kind of.
No, we're not going to have it. This was a sign that was for.
We need some bags under the trees that catch the coconuts from falling.
No, you just need to trim them every once in a while.
Task force, somebody.
I always say it at the yacht club too when we're sitting there when the coconuts get full. I'm like, you got to cut the coconuts. So it's going to hit a kid in the head. I say it all the time.
Well, there's mommy groups that go there.
I didn't hear any of the mayoral debate candidates talk about this presentation.
Maybe they'll talk about it. Aren't they doing something else this Thursday or something? I don't know. They're doing
maybe
another one.
if we can if they say coconuts tomorrow during the debate, I think that we should do something. We should give every listener something.
Yes.
Or everybody should just stop for a second. I mean, we have to get that soundbite.
What are you going to do about this coconut epidemic?
Yes. No more coconut trees.
Did you hear about that coconut accident down by the fill-a-bag station?
Oh
What
my
would you have
gosh.
done about the haunted hike that this weekend if you were in the hospital or something?
Dude,
right
listen, if
you were dead.
Listen, I'm going to dip into my pick of the week for song. But if I leave here tomorrow, please don't cancel the haunted hike.
Okay.
All right? Please. We put a lot of work into that.
Yeah.
It would be, again, it's a great time of year. I love this time of year.
Yeah.
So
We won't tell anybody, and then we'll take you out there like weekend at Manny's. Dress you up and be like, hey, everybody, here's Chico. Blip, blip,
Weekend at
Chico's
Manny's.
eating your finger.
Oh my.
Hey, yeah, let's go.
Rafa, I'm glad. I heard you bailed on the Calusa Club bailed on the spooky spot. I'm glad to hear that because I didn't want to see that
That's
after last year's performance, which
That's
was
hilarious.
great. But Rafa, the Calusa Club is not doing. But Rafa, he was a one-man show anyway. We'll get to this later in the
help, but I couldn't get anybody. It was hard to get help.
He's still participating. He's joining Team Weber.
yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
And that's good. He needs people. I need people too if anyone wants to
which was
volunteer.
very scary last year.
Yeah, it's going to be good. It's going to be even scarier this year. The
That's
Weber
funny
one is
that
even
you
scarier.
would not be on your husband's team, and
She's-
you are going
Because-
out. Because you're with
She's the
I'm
Seabell.
the yacht
No, she's the
club
Seabell.
team.
Oh, you got the yacht club.
Because I am the
there.
Seabell of the yacht
She
club.
stepped up to take the
Man,
yacht club
you-
reign. Her and Nina did.
Yes, Nina Kennedy is
Yeah.
the one who put it together, and it's gonna be fun. And
So Nina put it together.
and she made it up, and it's really scary and really cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, and then Tom's is right after the Weber Studio, so it's gonna be
And then after that is the Nature Center, which was awesome last year.
Oh, were they?
And then after that is the Bobby Lee Kimball's Last Ride. I don't know if you've seen that video.
Wow, no,
Yeah, that was that's going to be a good one. And then there's a few other spooky things
See
back down
John
the
Wayne
backside.
Bobbitt's Wild Ride.
Something like that.
That's-
Not quite.
that's funny.
So that was my weekend. October 13th. It was my half birthday.
And he got hit by a coconut.
If I started reflecting on life, and I was like, can you imagine if you knew, if you knew your day, like your death day, but you didn't know the year, but you just knew the day. How would you live that day
man.
any different? And I would have lived that to me was a perfect day. So,
That's it. You want to be hit by a coconut?
no, I don't want to get hit by a coconut. I definitely want to be alive. I don't want to be injured by a coconut. But that day was such a great day.
It was.
I reflected on it a little more.
Right. And I joined you for 2 of those parts.
We were together.
And it was epic. It was beautiful.
The people that I was with that day, Leni, were like the right people, you know, that I wanted to see, some of them were new, some of them were, you know, just from different times of my life. So
it was a good blend of people. It was fun. Yeah. It really was.
All right, well, let's drop a coconut on your day and go to Lenny's day.
So my day, well, I had the same day as Manny. Let me see. Friday I did nothing. I chilled at home after the debate. I think I drank a little many 2 vodkas on the debate.
You were having fun at the debate.
I was having fun at the debate. The debate was great. We'll get to that later. But, that was my Thursday. Friday, I chilled to wake up early for the paddle club because I wanted to make sure I made it. And then Saturday was epic. And then I ended up going to Crust, which is a restaurant on the river with Rafa joined us with my cousin Jackie and my friend George Lopez and his wife Doris and Tom. And we ended up doing that and then go dancing at Blackbird, and we played an epic game of Jenga. I mean,
Rafa's been like sucked into the Webby universe, man. That's the whole Webby
Rafa's
crew.
Awesome, I love him.
Yeah, that's awesome, Rafa. Congratulations. That's not, you know.
Oh, stop.
I never made that.
No, we kind of left the thing. We're like, what are we gonna do? And we all just
Leni,
hung out together.
Is Rafa going to Cuba for your 50th?
No, he is not. He's not going to keep it, but maybe.
I didn't get that invite yet, but I'm working my way.
There's still time. There's still time.
There is time.
I mean, where are you sleeping anyway? There's nothing, you know, you
You're
can't
welcome to come. But the Jenga game, Rafa, tell him about the Jenga game because it was so epic. It was just,
So
I can't even explain
I hate
it.
playing games at bars, except for pool, which is cool, but everything else, like, I'm not a big fan of playing anything. They busted out the Jenga. It starts going. All right, let's play. Whatever. Like 20 minutes later, we're still playing. And we get all the way to one piece left where we were about to stack the last piece that would have closed the game. That would have left one more that you could grab. And after that, there was no
more to grab.
possible combination of things that you could kind of unseat.
And it was very,
if not, it would just,
everything was weight bearing.
Exactly.
On all points.
Yes. Exactly.
and we pushed it because we would take, we wanted to have it's scary. Whatever.
I personally was getting tired by the end, so I was just trying to do these very outlandish moves of being real brazen with it. But even then, couldn't knock it down. But then Lopez managed to knock it down.
Yeah.
I don't know what he did, but he knocked it down.
Well, it was like hanging by a string, and by that point,
That too.
it was like about to fall.
But it was kind of cool to see it go all the way to the top.
Yeah, that was great. While we were dancing to all kinds of 80s music. And I was very happy.
Was playing?
Yeah, it was. It's not from your generation.
You are
Rafa.
right in, Rafa. You were.
I know you
sucked
didn't
in.
understand the music, but yeah,
Leni, you weren't interpreting the 80s dance?
He was looking at me dance, and he was looking at me strangely. But
Is that
no,
the
I'm just
safety
kidding.
dance?
Yes.
Safety dance.
It was a blast. It was fun. It was fun.
All right. Well, yeah, it was a nice weekend. I went to actually talking about hanging with the Weber. So I get a call in the middle of Saturday afternoon. It's Tom. He's like, let's go to the pickup thing. And I was about to go down to the beach and just relax, go to the beach. And when he says that, I'm like, I don't want to work right now. That's like the last thing I want to do. And I don't want to be all hot out there and shit. I was so bitter about things, but I was like, whatever. You know, Tom's giving me a call. Let's go do this thing. So we get there, and it turns out I didn't really have to work that hard at all. And there was free beer, and it was nice, and I got to go in the ocean. It was nice and cool.
The water was spectacular.
The water was really clean there.
You picked up. You were with me picking up.
Yeah, the beaches were beautiful. It was clean.
They pulled over 400 pounds that day.
Oh,
and a lot of it was in the size of your fingernail.
That's what I was picking up. A lot of fingernail-sized pieces.
Oh yeah, you can stay in one spot and just pick up a bunch of plastic. It's
forever.
crazy.
Yeah, it makes you. I kept saying it. I can't believe styrofoam still.
They should have strainers.
There's so much of it. There's just so much of it on the beaches. Styrofoam.
Can we use strainers?
It multiplies too because that one single piece just keeps breaking and breaking and breaking.
Crazy. Yeah, I find it like an old army man. I don't know. It was like wasted down to nothing. Do you remember that? He's laughing. Rafa's laughing at me. It was like an old plastic army man.
It was a half army man.
I made a big deal out of it.
Yeah, because I thought it was cool. I'm like, this has been here forever.
It was blue.
Yeah.
Instead of green because of the time that they're taking on it.
Yep.
I found a flamingo beanie baby kind of thing. It was not a beanie baby, but a flamingo beanie baby kind of thing.
Those things are worth a lot of money.
With a clip on it. Yeah. It was a little, a key ring.
Oh, cool.
And I clipped it onto one of the fill-a-bag buckets.
Oh, how funny.
Yeah,
That's
so
great.
it stayed there.
Anyway,
great.
just real quick, I hung out with my buddies Nick and Adrian on Friday night. We went to a restaurant called Alloy, which was no good, but now we know.
Sounds cool.
Don't go. It's in downtown. They raised the prices and the food quality dropped, but it's a nice little place.
Yeah, Bill wouldn't approve.
Don't go there, Alloy. But I had a great time with them, drinking wine at their place, and it was always good to hang with former Key Rats. Well, I guess they're still Key Rats, but they don't live on the island anymore. They're priced out. Nick and Adrian. That was my Friday. All right, let's keep going, because if not, we'll never get anywhere. What are you guys listening to? I bet you didn't even write it down. So you're just going to say
I already gave you a clue as to what I was listening to. If anyone was listening, any listeners listening, I'll go last. I gave you a clue, Rafa. If anybody gets it here, you're getting a fill-a-bag sticker. Custom fill-a-bag sticker.
I haven't been listening to anything. I've been bad this week.
What about those 80s songs?
The 80s songs at the club. Yeah, but I really like this. You know what? And I usually listen to music when I'm working in the office. I did nothing. Last week I did nothing.
Lenny.
Where have I been?
Okay, so you're not going to contribute to this
nothing.
segment?
I'm not contributing right now. I have no clue what I listen to.
Okay.
It's all right. We don't have
That's good.
the most active listening group here. Even though I'm going to guess your song. I bet it's is it by Harry Nilsson?
No, Rafa has been posting the What Are You Listening To songs this week on Facebook. So
we'll keep that going.
Yeah, I hadn't done that.
People are listening, by the way. Felicia's listening. She just told me that she's listening.
I was listening to Freebird. That's what I was telling you, if I leave here tomorrow.
That was
I love
Coconut
it.
by Harry Nilsson.
I love Freebird.
Yeah, I went on a low tide ride to the lighthouse
Oh, nice.
on Sunday morning.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. It was like
Thanks for the call. Just kidding.
I mean, it was my birthday the day before. It was not only my half birthday, but it was my birthday. It's my new birthday, my second birthay.
Right.
My other birthday is now my half birthday of my second birthday.
Oh my gosh.
So I went out my first day, and I was 1 day old, and I went out and watched the sunrise and went for a bike ride.
Oh, that's nice.
And I listened to Freebird all the way to the lighthouse.
Oh, that's awesome.
Are you your own grandpa?
That's cool.
I don't know what that means. Oh yeah, right.
Because you said so many. Okay, never mind.
Own grandpa.
Anyway, Breeders are coming on Friday to the Fillmore. Breeders are bassists from the Pixies band.
Oh, cool.
They're going to be at the Fillmore on Friday, and so I checked that out. And then there's this band that's opening for them called Milk Belly. Milk spelled with an E. Milk Belly. So I was listening to that, but none of the songs really hooked me, even though I like the album. But they're playing on Friday at the Fillmore. Check that out. And then I went back to some of the stuff that I just listen to all the time, and one of this band called Big Black from the 80s. This guy Steve Albini, who is more famous for being a producer. He produced a lot of music. Really famous for Nirvana's In Utero. Real raw sound. Big Black is like a lot of grungy guitars and a track drum, so not real drums, track. And the song's called Kerosene. Check it out. It's intense.
I remember now who I was listening to.
Oh.
I did listen to something.
Oh.
Cake.
Oh.
And it wasn't really me. It was Tom was listening to it, so I happened to be there while he's listening to it.
I was there too.
Oh, yeah, Tom loves Cake, and every time he wants to play something, it's Cake. So
what was the song? Because you guys were singing it too, and I forget what it was.
Oh my God. I don't know the name of the song. Well, they have a good song called Frank Sinatra, which is cool. And they have the man version of I Will Survive. And it's good. Have you heard it? Like the man version of I Will Survive from Cake?
I have not.
What? That's what you gotta
let's
put
make
on.
Let's make that Lenny's,
that's
Lenny's
the song you
pick of
gotta
the
put
week.
on.
So
Okay.
stay tuned.
Yeah.
Go find it on iTunes and Rat
Yeah.
Radio on YouTube and Facebook and all that other nonsense.
Yep. That's a good one.
Perfect. All right, everybody. It's Monday, October 15th, 2018. It's about 7 o'clock p.m. on this lovely No One's Listening show, episode 127. 305-361-8557 is the number to call or text if you want to tell us something. Let's go right into it. Talk of the town. Okay. What can we start with? We start with a little red tide, just real quick. Red tide's gone. All the advisories say negligible to zero red tide on the Miami-Dade side, which I guess is a good thing.
Very good.
This weekend, there was no seaweed. There was no poop advisory. There was no red tide advisory. So I'm not saying to think that it's all over, but it's at least nice to have a weekend break from all this stuff, right?
Right. Definitely. I think we might be turning the corner from the weather. Maybe no. Do you think there's
the east winds are going to come back. The east and northeast. This is actually the windiest season. It's the kiteboard season, so the northeast is coming in strong. The question is will it bring more of those sargassum blooms? Because that's where the
damage is.
Yeah, a lot of damage happens there. The water is discolored.
Yeah.
The weed traps trash in it. It's buried. They don't know what to do with it. So it was beautiful last weekend because it was a west.
Yeah.
You know.
And the village has been very good about cleaning the beaches. It's been really. It hasn't been on the beaches by Commodore Club. And in front of Key Colony too, which is where it kind of
now
gathers.
they're up there. They're taking down coconuts.
Yeah.
That's your Red Tide report. Let's go right into something else a little more interesting. So last week after the show, I get a phone call from a neighbor. I'm not going to say who they were. They asked me, "Hey, so you own your unit? I have a friend who wants her kid to go to the school, and she will pay your electric bill if she can say that she lives here so that her kid can go to the school."
Wow, that's really nice. I mean, was she willing to put her name on the electric bill too?
Yes.
Oh, that's really nice.
That is
not
no good.
Okay. Rafa put that on the chat. And he's like, "What would you do?"
This is the second. I've heard of the complaints from parents about this, but this is the second time it happens to me that I hear somebody trying to figure out a way to game the system. The other was another person who had an apartment here. His mom had an apartment or something. They were going to move her to a home because she couldn't be by herself anymore. But they wanted to sublease the apartment so they could keep their name in it, so their kid could still keep going to the school.
Wow.
Who was claiming residency at the grandmother's apartment already to go to the school.
Wow.
Okay, so this is something that's actually, I mean, I know that people complain about it at these PTA meetings or whatever, but it's really happening.
I know it's been happening.
It's happening with a...
I've been asked before from people who live off the key.
Yes.
Yeah. And I said, no way.
It's
happening
with a certain efficiency, let's say, because people know...
You think it's like it's a black market?
Yes.
Yeah.
So, this person would have paid for me, I mean, it would have maybe come out to 700... Yeah, maybe like 700, 800 bucks a year, you know? Maybe a little less for an electricity bill.
It's not worth it. It's not fair. I mean, if you
how much money would it take for you
no
guys
money
to crack?
Nope. No money.
No money?
No.
I mean, I would say it would be something like enough money where you can actually move into my house and I can live at the Ritz.
Yeah.
For that, I would consider it. I would, packing up my stuff and all that. Lenny, you would do that.
Fine. Maybe the Ritz sounds nice.
Yeah, or whatever. But something else.
You can't do that.
Okay,
you can't do that.
So clearly, we don't want people to do this.
No.
Right? Do you? Well, you don't have kids at the school, and you don't have kids at the school either right now, right? Imagine you did, and I posit this to the listeners that can comment right now. If you have kids at the school, do you tell them to rat out the kids that don't live on the key?
Oh, but how do they know, really?
Yeah, I mean, how would they know?
Hey, Johnny, you're my best friend. Where do you live?
Key Colony.
I live in Colgate.
Someone's address because I pay their electric bill.
Let's go have a sleepover. All right.
Oh, and by the way, there's no Santa Claus.
What?
Or if you find out, do you rat some? Do you say something, or do you just let it slide?
Wow.
You would say something like, if you're a kid, you'd probably tell your parents.
Right.
But then what do the parents do with it? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah.
I'm asking even if you just find out that another parent is doing the same thing.
Speaking as someone who got in off the wait list to MAST, and at the time, there were people that were not just doing this, but there was like 6 families claiming a place. Friends, little network, part of that black market you alluded to. I was angry about that.
Of course.
And our leadership here actually went to bat for us. I know Allison was really on top of that, and Myra was too.
Right, and we're paying our property taxes here. I mean, it's our school. You know,
Okay.
it's not right. It's true.
There's some parallels here to some national discussions, and I wonder how you feel. If you think that's a fair comparison or not. So if somebody says, build a wall or rat out these immigrant parents.
No, I'm not going there. I'm not going there, Rafa. Look,
looking
Mast
for
is
an opportunity, and we're the taxpayers.
Mast is.
But with the schools, it's different. Even though these kids obviously come from lower income families.
Nothing's changed
Not
in the
necessarily,
MAST program.
Rafa.
The MAST program still, as I understand it, still has its lottery, and kids from anywhere can apply there. And it's only the Cambridge program where the Key Biscayne kids have priority. They don't all even get in.
Yeah, I know. I've heard it's getting
really
tough.
difficult. I
Yeah.
mean, you have to go in 6th grade pretty much in order to get a seat out of the
Right.
150 seats,
Right,
right?
wow.
And then there's the sibling things, and so.
Well, yeah, I mean, much like, not every immigrant can come in, and there's
No,
a
but-
certain
But
lottery.
no,
and
but
there's
Rafa, wait a
certain
minute.
thing.
It's not all just like low income housing
And
people are
wait,
trying to get here.
I'm not even talking about just Mass. What about Key Biscayne Elementary School?
That too. It's other people who live off the Key that want to get a bigger house off the Key and live in a bigger house off the Key, but get this, Key Biscayne education.
The thing is that there's a lot of good schools out there.
There are.
And the Miami-Dade County Public Schools they have a lot of really good schools. So,
So you don't see it as anything similar. It's the
No, I don't
schools
see
are the
anything.
schools,
Yeah,
and the
yeah.
things are the things.
I'm glad you said no, right, Rafa? Because you'll have a lynch mob out here.
Yeah.
I mean, I just wonder.
You better
guys
say no.
haven't, even though you guys tell me the thing, I don't see why it's not similar. I think it is pretty similar. It's just looking for a better opportunity.
Rafa, then they should leave their giant home and then live in a tiny condo instead.
That's true.
That's what I'm talking. I mean, yeah, I could, with my condo where I live, I could live in, wherever in a bigger house and enjoy my house, but I love Key Biscayne and it's quality, not quantity. And so then you got to weigh your options. And if you want your kids' education, then you get a smaller place. That's my opinion.
Yeah, that's a good argument.
Good one, Lenny. Thanks for squashing the politics on this show, Rafa. What's going on here? Let's talk some local politics.
No, because when I hear that argument that these people shouldn't be allowed to do that, it just makes me wonder why exactly they shouldn't be allowed to do that. It's just a school like any other one in Miami-Dade County public school system.
Well, then move to your
but
area.
they don't have the luxury of being able to go to that one because they don't live in this geographical center.
If a kid from Key Biscayne wants to apply to a neighborhood school in Pinecrest because his parents work there and they want to drive him to school there every day,
You can't do that either.
he can't do that either because
Right.
the rules in Miami-Dade County are that you have your home school
Yeah.
and it's reserved for the people in that neighborhood, regardless of the neighborhood. Right?
I mean, yeah, I get it.
Yeah.
You
You can't. It's illegal. How about that? Don't do it.
So is
And now that you just
immigration.
said on the show, you're
Yeah,
going to get a
don't
deep
do it.
doo-doo. Sylvia Tarafa is going to come get you.
I mean, they should. Well, I've already put it out there. I guess they know it's happening, but it's really happening hard.
No,
I'm
I
getting
know.
phone calls.
This isn't. I mean, it's been happening for years.
I don't know if I'm satisfied with the answer. Move into a 1-bedroom for the same price as a 2-bedroom. That's kind of rough if you have kids.
Rafa,
Like
they
you
had
say you can do it, but you can't. If you have a 2-bedroom in wherever off the Key, and you can only get a 1-bedroom here, and you're gonna bring kids into it. I mean, that's sacrifice. But are you actually sacrificing your kids too for sticking them all in the same room, in like the same bedroom?
Rafa, they've been
I don't know, man. I don't know.
they've been casing this joint. They're like, that's a single guy who just moved into a 1-bedroom. He's perfect.
He is
So,
perfect.
He looks like he's got some construction going on. I'm sure he can use the extra scratch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
They-
Do you
if
even
it's
know
like-
this person?
If they're
Do you
like,
know him?
we'll
No,
pay
no.
you.
Just a random person.
yes,
That is crazy town. I
Yeah.
can't believe that. I hope you said no.
yes, I said no.
Okay, good.
I mean, I'm not gonna be on this show doing this stuff and then also taking
All right.
a side. Whatever.
I mean, that's ballsy of her.
right? Well, a lot of people don't see the problem. They just see government. They're like, whatever, Yeah, I mean, think about all the little loopholes. We've talked about it on this show. Miami loves a good loophole. Everybody loves to just live in the loopholes, So it's just one more loophole. They're not thinking about it any other way. We're not Germans. We're South Floridians. We do everything a little bit. whatever, a little bit here, a little
I
ham.
guess. I mean, but this has been going on for years and years and years and years.
Speed 10 miles over, 15 miles over everywhere. You know, we do a lot of little things, you know?
I get it.
I don't.
There's a lot of little things.
But then you're taking
that people
opportunities.
break the rules on. A lot. You with your golf cart, everybody breaks them everywhere.
Come on,
There's
that's
no
my dog.
respect.
He's a community service dog.
Have you guys ever crossed the street in Germany where the crosswalk? There's no cars coming, and there hasn't been any cars for half an hour, and people stop at the crosswalk light no matter what. No matter
That's
what.
like San Francisco used to be like
will
that.
never happen here. Ever. And that's why people ask, hey, can I just pay your electricity bill?
Yeah, they try to push it to the limit.
Yeah, St. Bana, we call that.
Yeah.
Okay. The mayoral debates. The first one, anyway, was on last Thursday at 6 o'clock. And we had a little watch party at Novecento. It was a great time. I had to watch the debate again because it was more party than watching.
Well, where you were sitting, we were in the
Yes.
back room, and I sat right under the speaker in front of the big screen.
You could hear it.
I sat on the back row. To my right was Katie Petros. To my left was Myra. To her left was Al. And to his left was Bill Stevens. And then over here by Katie, on Katie's right, was Tom Weber. So I looked around. I'm like, we're like the Bizarro Council here, right here on the back wall, right? Did you see us back there?
Yeah, I was there too. I showed up at one point.
You know, it was, my take was it was a little contentious, more than you think it might be. But what'd you think, Rafa?
So I have some notes here that I wrote down. I thought they both played to the kind of compensating for the preconceptions that people had of them.
Right.
Okay. So Lucho was very reserved to a certain extent. Davey came out jabbing a little bit.
Strong. Uh-huh.
Yeah. I have it written down here. Davey started really well. Lucho closed really well. The differences between them, we can get into it if you guys think any of these are interesting, but Davey was for a finance director with no assistant manager, while De La Cruz was for the assistant manager who was already hired. I can explain. I finally found out why that makes a difference.
Oh, okay, because here's how I understood it. Here's how I understood it, Rafa.
Okay.
Lucho was like, call the position what you want. We hired our manager who knows what we need, and
Yes.
we have to allow her to hire the right person. And the person that she hired is a strong financial person, right? So, does it matter really what they're called? That was my take. That's what Lucho was saying.
Yes.
And Mike was like, no, that person has to have this title.
Has to be the finance person.
So
the real problem is that the finance office. Let me read this because I couldn't care much less about a topic like this, but it's important, I suppose.
It is important. Thank you, Rafa, for talking about it.
So, the finance, what is the finance director or CFO of the village and that department, the finance department? They haven't had anybody there as a director or anything for 10 years. So now it's thought that we need somebody to take care of that because it's not really in the manager's purview, I guess, exactly that.
To do that job.
But if you get a finance director, the thing is that they start telling the manager
What to do.
And so it should be the manager who does the whole thing. So it's a bit of a worry. If we get a finance director, we have somebody who's worried about finances all the time. But if you pit them against a manager, then you could have this thing of the manager wanting to do something and then the finance director fighting about it, and then they have to,
a balance maybe.
It's not,
No?
So some say it's better to have an assistant manager with a finance background so that the manager can always override the finance.
Okay.
Interesting.
But
Yeah.
others say, no, we need the real check. We need the real finance director check to do that, because if not, the manager will, won't have any kind of check apart from the council, who maybe won't be, who just doesn't, it's not their job to be on 100% all the time on every book and everything that goes down, because it's just too much work. That's why we have a manager. Anyway, Davey's for the finance director. Lucho was for the assistant manager.
All right, so it was that was a little like
assistant manager. That was the first little.
That was a little blip.
The first little difference.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So then comes up this thing about enforcing traffic laws, and this is another one where
This was a soundbite.
yes, this. I suppose you could call it that. So the traffic laws thing has been an issue for the past ever since
The enforcement.
Right.
Yes, the
right.
enforcement. Too many
Right.
people running the yellow
Yeah.
lights and all that
They're
stuff.
getting warnings.
Half the people don't even know the actual traffic rules.
And I
So-
think this all stems to the whole traffic thing is that we have like a WhatsApp thing called pedestrian blah blah blah.
Yeah.
And it was because that little girl was hit.
Yes.
I mean, and that's what all this is stemming from. That's what it is. So yeah.
That was actually the first chat that came up out of this new sort of macro chat world.
Yes.
Right.
The green chat, the the politics chat,
the Key
the
Biscayne 411.
pedestrian chat.
Theo started all the
Theo
the
started them all,
village
yeah.
Yeah.
focused ones.
Right.
But anyway, Davey came out with this police state comment against
No, he said that
that Lucho had said he didn't want to heavy-handedly enforce every minor traffic thing so that we don't become some kind of police state out here. And Davey called him on that, which I think was smart because personally, as I am a subscriber to the German model, I do kind of like the traffic rules being enforced for real and not having this South Florida dilly-dally that we do here.
Yeah. Well,
I agree.
But
Yeah,
I get
I agree
it
too.
that I don't think as soon as you get that for real going, residents will.
well, no, they need to pay attention.
The other
They will
thing
not
is
some
that
people, some people don't know the rules,
They
Rafa.
will not accept it.
And giving them tickets, they'll realize they can't park on the swale in the middle of Crandon Boulevard. Okay. And stop when the light is blinking, not go.
Yeah.
And I think it's just teaching people how to drive.
I agree that that's important. We have to have better drivers. We need education. We need to give tickets, all of that. But as far as, during the debate, quoting Lucho for a police state, I mean, Lucho's comment may have been in some, sort of a flip way. It's like, hey, we're going to, be living in a police state? No. Oh, we don't want to live in a police state, or.
Mm-hmm.
So, but it was more of a headline now, a soundbite.
Well, in the moment, it was definitely a good jab when I heard it because if you said that and you said that you weren't going to enforce, if you didn't.
Mike
really
spoke
want to
very
enforce
well.
It too
Yeah,
strong,
Mike spoke really well.
It's
Yeah.
really what you said. But
They both did great. I mean, honestly, I thought it was a very even.
I think the majority of people like the status quo, even though the chats get fired up over enforcement. I think majority of people do not want to be pulled over for not putting on their turn signal.
Of
They
course.
just don't want it.
Of course.
So, I don't know. Anyway, that was a nice little job. Then they got into it over the rec center, and Lucho said that Davey had voted, or implied that Davey was against the rec center.
To somebody else. And then it got back to Mike.
I'm getting too petty with some of these things because
Yeah.
these were so petty. Overall, thought Davey did good on coming out strong and assertive on his ideas, and I thought Lucho did really well to keep his cool
Yeah, I agree.
because everybody, at least at the bar, everybody was surprised that he kept his cool the way he did.
And by the way, speaking of cool, both guys, cool move coming over to Novecento after the debate.
Yeah.
So they both came over.
Passed by.
And it was a great event. We probably had about 40 people there watching it.
Yeah.
And then, after that, another 20 or so.
Was this the first mayoral debate in
Yes.
Key Biscayne?
And the next one is this
televised?
Thursday.
But ever?
No, it's Tuesday, Rafa. It's tomorrow.
It's Tuesday?
I'm
thought it
pretty
was-
sure, yeah.
Oh, it's
pretty sure
Tuesday?
it's tomorrow, yeah.
Are we going to Novecento again?
No, we're not doing Novecento again. It was the first ever official watch party also.
Yeah.
I thought that was
And what channel is it on? 77 or something?
77 if you have Comcast.
Novecento
If not-
did give them a major shout out.
Yeah, they did great.
The Anna, the manager there, Javier's out of town. The owner, he's a friend of mine. I text him. He's like, "Sure, Anna will take care of you." She did. She set up the back room with the tables sideways so that everyone could see the big screen that they pull down in the back there. They have a projector, great speakers back there.
Yeah.
The TVs inside were all
it was comfortable. It was
good.
great.
So we go back to a recurring segment that we have on this show, which is try and guess who Manny's going to vote for. This,
Because he's friends with both of them.
he's friends with both of them.
I'm friends with both of them, too.
Exactly. I know, but today is about Manny. Okay?
It's about Manny. Go Manny.
Lenny, this could be about you.
So
No,
this
I
one
don't want it to
is-
be about me.
This one is interesting because Novecento, I didn't know it going into it, okay? Maybe it's our listeners, maybe it's just who showed up, who's friends with Manny. I don't know. But it was definitely a Davey crowd, okay? When I asked everybody who won the debate, everybody told me Davey. It was like 15-2 or something, and I thought to myself, this is not representative of the whole island. Definitely not. This is and every time Davey said something, there was some cheers and stuff. And you know who was right in the thick of that? I didn't see him cheering, but Manny was sitting right there in the thing.
I wanted to watch the debate like
And
everybody
so-
else there.
Yeah.
That's another little hint. Of what's going on?
I wouldn't read into that, Rafa. I wouldn't read into that. But good try. No, man, I actually, I love both those guys, and I will work with either of those guys. And, I said to myself, I'm not going to campaign. First of all, no one's really asked me my opinion.
You're not standing outside on the swale with a sign?
Yeah. So, yeah, it wouldn't be fair to campaign one way or the other to one of the other guys.
So if you're keeping tally, I thought he was very much a lucha guy. He missed Davey's campaign event, even though he says he went. I'm not sure. I didn't.
I was
see him
there. I was there at. I saw you there, Lenny.
Yep, I was there too.
At the Devaney
I
building.
didn't see Manny there, but then he was today at the other thing. I was like, okay, where's he going with this?
For the record, I will not be at Lucho's event on Friday because I will be running the haunted hike on
Yeah.
Friday. So don't read into that either, Rafa.
I know.
I'm definitely reading into it. You plan
No.
a haunted hike around this?
I know. I think the lucha thing was planned after the haunted hike too.
Yeah, I told
Okay.
everybody about the haunted hike except for Lucho.
No.
Okay, so that's your update on the debates. There was a couple other things that came up, but I didn't get a clear view, especially the buried power lines, because both of them said it's got to be.
Oh, there was
equal.
Okay, I'm sorry.
You could tell. I know what you're going to say. Say it.
Well, I was going to talk about the price for the
Yes.
buried power
Oh,
lines.
This was
70
brought up
million
by Mr. Winton in his.
Yeah, a couple of the chats had some, some questions, or just, indicated. Yeah, Tony Winton's blog. Tony,
He's running for council.
running
for council. And in his blog, he mentioned $70 million price tag for burying the utilities.
Yes.
But it originally it had been 35, right? But 70 is everything, is doing everything.
With the sewer and the two? maybe?
Raising the road, I think,
Yeah.
and, everything. So, you have to put it in perspective in terms of what that 70 represents. The question's going to be, what do you think, Rafa? Does everyone pay for it equally or not? And that's what they asked each of them, and they both agreed that it's an equitable distribution of.
What does equitable mean? That everybody pays the same, or everybody pays what the village decides it's worth to that homeowner? That's what the part that I didn't get from the debate, which I really wanted to know if everybody's for that assessment thing or they wanted to do a general bond issue. Do you guys know what I'm talking about? Or
Yeah,
not?
I do, and I wasn't clear either about that. I didn't like the condo side and the
Yes.
home side.
They want to split it. They
Right.
want to make, condo. First, it comes up for a vote, which is interesting. Only property owners can vote.
right now or
It's going to come up.
during the November election? No.
Don't know when it's supposed to. We had Brett here, Brett Moss, and he told us about it. I'm not sure when the election would happen, but we vote to do it, and they tell us how much it's going to cost, and then we pay for it over 30 years, I think he said. So it becomes very small amount of
Right.
thing per year. But it becomes a tax increase or an assessment on all homeowners, and the ones on the west side would get more, and the ones on this side would get a little less, but if you need a hookup, you get a little more. They said equitable. To me, equitable sounds like everybody pays the same, and
Right.
you take a bond issue, and you don't. But I know they're talking about what I'm saying now, which is the assessment. I hate the assessment. I think it's like a bad idea, but whatever. I didn't get a clear answer. And I hope to
Maybe
get one.
we'll have to watch tomorrow.
Yeah.
What are you doing tomorrow? You guys want to get together and watch it?
Maybe we can do something
Sure.
like that.
All right.
Sounds good to me.
Okay. Talking about
And maybe someone can write a message on if they know a clear answer to that question.
yeah. Actually, we'll see. We'll see. Okay. What else do I have written down here? Oh, something great. So a neighbor of ours found a bunch of money in the street. This was like a week ago. This also happened right after the show.
Hang on,
last
Rafa,
week.
before you get into that story, because that's a great story. It's really not that great, but that's just a tease.
It is a great story.
Ignacio Segurola weighed in. A consultant hired by the village will study each and every property in the village and determine how much each person pays. Tony Winton chimed in right on his heels. It's not clear what $70 million would pay for, but no one has suggested it would include raising the roads. Okay, so I misspoke on that. So it may be more than $70 million for raising the road.
Raising the roads would be a different project.
Yeah. I mean, but why not do it all at one shot?
Ignacio says there's a formula for that.
Okay, thanks, guys. Thanks for chiming in on
I
that.
want a formula for every single thing we pay for on this island.
Yeah, formula sounds good to me.
Okay, let's move on. Until I get a clear answer, let's move on. So, a neighbor of ours finds some money in the street.
The night that I was here, last Monday.
Exactly. Now, there might have been some more. I actually may have talked to her, and she may have told me that she did go to the cops. I don't remember if she went to the cops or not. Or if
Right.
she called the cops about it. But I want to know what you guys would do. This person finds this money and starts looking on WhatsApp
For the
and
owner.
such for the owner.
But wait a second, it's better than that because they advertised it as, a large sum
Sum of
of
money.
cash.
Yes, a large sum of cash.
And
I wrote
happen-
back. I was like, was it green?
And I happened to just be walking Monday after the show.
Lenny,
around
you
that
just
time.
missed that.
And I can't believe I didn't find it.
You were hurrying up to go make dinner. Webby was all cranky.
I mean, it could have been my money. I could have dropped it.
I thought it might be, Lenny.
I wonder
But then
what-
they said a large wad of cash.
It sounds like somebody's paycheck, right? Maybe a
In cash?
housekeeper or something like
Yeah,
that.
could be.
Nice.
Yes, because even though we're not for the kids cheating the school thing, we are
Okay.
for the
Move on.
for the housekeepers.
Move on. We're not going to go there.
I would have
That's a-
returned that money.
That's a
Okay.
different show. I would definitely have returned
Of course,
it.
but I'm asking how you return it. Okay, so do
Well-
you give it to the cops directly? Do you go to the police station and give it to them?
What happens?
I would go to the police and I would say,
I may or may not have some money.
say I was walking down, say my friend was walking down the street and he was talking to a friend and then a friend of his started, whatever, they started walking together and the friend of his friend found a bunch of cash. Let's call him Juan. And if he were to return it, to the police station, what happens with the money?
And what's that answer? Do we know?
I think eventually it's we'll hold on to it for this amount of time. Here's the criteria that they would have to use to identify it, sort of where they lost it, how much it was, what color was it. And then if they don't do it within a certain amount of time,
it's
you know,
theirs. It's
yeah,
it's the
you get the money.
finders
You-
keepers.
Yes, that's how. I'm pretty sure that's how it works.
Wow. So what happened?
So I never got the answer, but this is a hypothetical anyway
okay.
because it started with that. I'm sure this person did the right thing or whatever that is. I'm asking you guys. You find, say, I don't know, a week's worth of pay in an envelope. Do you go to the police with it and hope that they call you back in a month or whatever?
Right.
If nobody reports it.
Or hope they find the rightful owner. Maybe Rafa. That might be better.
Well, that too. yeah.
Okay.
Or do you try and do your own thing? And could you ever really announce it well enough? Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, on
it's like,
WhatsApp.
oh, I didn't want to give it to the cops, but I'm going to put it out there and everything I know.
I was surprised that it went that way.
I would have
by
gone the
other
cop
Good
way.
Samaritan.
So don't worry about the person because I'm pretty sure they did talk to the cops then. Okay?
He's like
I'm
making
pretty
sure.
sure.
I mean, as soon as it's out there in Chatland, it's on like Key Biscayne Marketplace or something.
How many chats do you think you have to hit? You could hit 5 chats and you'd only be hitting, 10% of the key. 10% of the key's population and 5.
And then there's like
250.
the 0.1% who listens to this show. Not even, right?
Yes,
Probably,
exactly. So that's
0.01.
That's nobody.
Point-
Exactly.
0.001%.
Is it 001? There's
So-
8. Okay. There's 8 people listening.
And what if you found like an obscene amount of cash that
Okay.
was definitely not like this is too much to be handling cash.
Right. This is somebody who like already has a shitload of money. They probably don't need all this.
Or
Like it's like
where would you find this? On the
500
beach
grand.
with like a
500
bail?
grand, dude.
500 grand.
Is that
It's
how
like
much
some-
you found?
No,
Okay.
man. Come on.
Do you know the amount that was found exactly?
No, but from
I'm gonna find out.
It's got to be like a week's worth of pay for like a housekeeper.
I'm
Okay.
guessing it's like $350.
I was thinking like
Probably a
1,000.
couple, three, like a month's worth,
Okay, yeah, like a month's.
once a week kind of
Yeah.
thing.
Well, if a kid found it, they would have taken it and been like,
It was
score.
a kid. It was a kid.
Really?
Yeah, it was a 12-year-old kid. Yeah.
Oh, he found it and he turned it in? Good
Yep.
for him.
Yeah, good
Right.
for him. Yeah.
Kudos
too
to
young,
him.
Too young to care.
Yeah. If he
He
was
was-
17,
Yeah,
it would have been a
exactly.
different story.
The jackpot.
Wait, we're teaching kids bad things. No, they should turn it in no matter what.
Okay, but
Yes.
you turn it in. You don't
Yes.
keep it and
No.
ask all the chats.
No, you turn it in and hopefully someone calls. If not, then it's yours. That's how that works.
What if you
Spend
keep
it first.
but you call
I'm
the
just kidding.
cops and you say, "Hey, if anybody asks for some money, tell them to call me."
Then what? You just hold on to it. How long do I have to hold on to it for before I spend it? You know, the other thing is
24
on this
hours.
street, there are a lot of transients. You know, there's a lot of VRBO, Airbnb people on this street.
Oh,
So those people that may be traveling from, from Germany or wherever,
All right.
they're cash rich.
Oh, yeah.
You know?
Yeah, you're right.
So it could have been
Could have
that.
been that too.
Yeah.
Well, find the answer. Find out if they found the
We'll
owner.
find out. We'll find
Yeah.
out. Stay tuned.
And how much was it? Just curious.
we don't know how much it was yet, but
Well-
we will find out.
Find out. For sure. All right. What's next on the agenda?
So, what's next is we have that thing about the lighthouses. If you want to talk about it,
Nah.
now, right?
Nope.
Okay.
It wasn't the lighthouse. It's Fowey Rock.
Lenny, I think that's worth talking about.
But they're not getting rid of that one. They're not.
Yeah.
It's fine.
getting rid of
Okay.
that
All
one.
right. Forget it.
But it's still cool. I mean, I want to investigate that further. I think it's a kind of.
That's
weird-
what needs to happen. Lenny
Yeah.
needs to learn a little bit more about it, and we're going to hear about it.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then we'll just go move on right to the calendar. On October 19th and 20th is the
Haunted hike.
this
I love
Friday
it.
and Saturday. What time does it start, Manny?
Oh man, it's so much fun. Please do yourself a favor. Come, bring your friends. We need the opener.
Bring your friends.
Bring your friends. The haunted hike is on Friday and Saturday, October 19th and 20th. It's from 5 to 10 p.m. The hike itself is open at 7 p.m. from 7 to 10. So the hike part is, it's a trail. It's probably about a mile or half a mile trail that goes through the woods and along the bayside, on the dirt road on the bayside. It's beautiful, and people haunt the different sections.
How many
So,
haunters do we have?
I think we're up to about, I don't know, 10 to 12.
Awesome.
So, maybe more. There's a couple last minute people, but, it starts at 5. At 5 o'clock, you can go the outside part that's all sort of, amusement park-ish. There's a bounce house. There's a dunk tank. There's face painting for the littles, a pumpkin patch for the selfies.
Oh, I love it. So cute.
Food trucks. I think they serve beer and wine as well. So,
Oh, good.
be ready for that. But, bring money or whatever to spend. And, then, the hike starts at 7. So
And
the hike used to be from 5 to 10. That was too long. So at around 7, it starts getting dark. It's going to be so
7
much
to 10.
fun.
I
How much
recommend
does
you
it-
show up after it gets dark, just because it's scary.
Yeah. Well, for the little ones, you might want to go earlier. But how much does it cost to get in? $10?
I think it's $10 to get into the haunted hike part. The
Right.
outside part is free. I think you buy tickets for the dunk tank and the bounce house and whatever. It's, a nominal fee. It's all a fundraiser. It's Friends of Cape Florida, this board that, puts together events
I
and
missed it last
fundraising
year.
to improve the park. And so
I'm excited. I missed it last year, and I heard it was amazing. And
I can't believe you missed it, Lenny.
I
Why
was
did-
on college tour with my daughter.
Oh, okay. Well,
yeah,
that's
sorry. But
acceptable.
this year
All
I'm
right.
here,
Yeah.
and I'm excited to be in it and see it because I heard it was really, really fun and scary and epic. And I mean, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
we have community teams of families that put it together. Billy Kimball and Jimmy Lee, their families are doing a really cool concept called Bobby Lee Kimball's Last Ride or something.
Oh,
It's,
cool.
yeah, it's going to be fun. And Biscayne Nature Center's back, Weber Studio, the Yacht Club, the Community Center. Bear Cut Fitness is new this year.
Oh, that-
Tony Gowdy is bringing his crew from the Key Biscayne Community Church.
awesome.
Who
Tony's
else?
is going to be good.
Yeah, there's a few other ones. Phi Delta Gamma Mu is coming from FIU.
Anyone else from like the Key, any stores or anything like that? Like, or restaurants or anything like that? They decided
I
to do
think
it?
Toy Town was interested, so I spoke with Mary. Thanks for that lead, Lenny.
Okay.
They may do it. So
And
Paula Padovon is also
The chamber.
a sponsor. She's not doing it this year, but she's a sponsor, and Zambrano orthodontist. Thank you all very much for your patronage.
That's great.
And everyone that comes out. It's going to be fun. It's Halloween time, so get ready. Hopefully it'll be a nice windy night. Dark. It's scary. I'm telling you, it's scary.
So, but for the little kids, there's a way out of the scary
You can
hike,
turn around
right?
in different points. You
Okay.
but I mean, you hear the screams coming down the path, and
I know the Yacht Club and the Weber Studio one, and both of those are really, I mean,
yeah. And I'm going to be back there
scary.
with you guys. I'm going to be my crow guy
Yeah.
as well, my skeleton guy.
I'm scared, and it's it's going to be really scary. So I'm excited about it.
There's also something else that we needed to say.
Debate?
The debate. That's tomorrow. That's tomorrow.
You sure about that?
I'm pretty sure.
Okay.
Guys on there online.
If you know when it is, it's either Tuesday or Thursday.
Mike Davies online here. He says he's in the tank again. I can't imagine anyone would want to dunk him. Well, almost anyone.
Mike Davies going to be on the dunk tank.
He's in the dunk
Fun.
tank. Mike, what time are you in the dunk tank? Because that's going to be a big line. Hopefully you'll be in there as long as you need to be. Right, Mike? As long as you need to be. As long as there's a demand, a little kid with a ticket in his hand.
Yeah. Guess what, Mike? I did the dunk tank at the Yacht Club, and I'm just going to give you a little advice. It's exhausting. It's exhausting, and I did 5 minutes of it. That's it. So I don't know how long you're going to be there, but get ready to be tired.
Because the kids just hit the button the whole time?
They get it, and you fall, and you got to get up every time, and you're like a wet dog, and it's exhausting. You got to climb back on that thing, and it's all slippery. So good luck. Get some rest the night before, okay? Do not go out Thursday night.
Sounds fun.
And so just in terms of equal billing, I think Lucho's having his get to know you campaign party on Friday. I'm not sure the times, but I'm sure you can find it on Facebook. The council chamber tomorrow, 6 p.m.
6 p.m.
Mayoral debate.
Oh, there you
This
go.
one's being moderated by, I think, some attorneys, a law group. I think Joseph Kellogg and somebody else.
Well, the moderator last time, he was amazing.
The
He
bar
was,
group.
Yeah, he was good.
Oh, the last time?
Yeah. I thought he was very professional. I thought it was like watching real presidential debates. It was really good. Yeah, it was very professional. Don't you think?
Yeah,
That
he
was
was. I mean, I'm sure he's done it before. What else is there for the calendar?
like
There was
whatever,
something
Lenny.
else, man. God.
There was something
I don't
else.
have anything written down right now, so I am not completely sure.
Yeah, I only have this. Only in my head is haunted hike for this weekend. That's what I'm doing. I got to rest up for it. It's going to be exhausting.
Well, that's your calendar.
Yeah.
It is Monday, October 15th, 2018. No One's Listening Show, episode 127, 7:39 p.m. Muggy day. 305-361-8557 if you want to call. And now's the part of the show where maybe you can respond to some of those comments. Manny, do you have anything in there that's worthy of the live comments?
I don't think so.
Not
Phil
today.
Stevens, Lenny ASB. What does ASB stand for,
I
Lenny?
have no idea. Oh, adult spring break.
Adult Spring Break.
Adult spring
Phil
break.
Stevens.
Yes, he calls it adult spring break.
Tony
Keep us
Whitten.
game.
Bill
Tony
has
Wynn
an
was
acronym
listening.
for everything.
He
Yeah,
does.
Yeah, he does. Bill says he's packing for Virginia, but he's listening.
Very nice.
Patrick Kelly was on board here tonight. Felicia, thank you. Felicia had to go, but she went to the YouTube link, the Rat Radio YouTube link. I'll throw that here on the chat. This show that you're hearing right now on Facebook will move over to YouTube. It won't live on Facebook anymore.
Yes, but
So-
even better if you go to iTunes and subscribe there, because it will get dumped on your phone automatically every week, even when you're not even paying attention. And you just pull it open, and it's there. It's there to ready to play. You don't have to go look it up. You don't have to do anything. You just subscribe, and you're good to go. So
Shout out to Ana Maria Echeverri, who is listening tonight. Thank you. Rita Cavazos, friend of the show. Hi, Rita. Melissa McCon. Listen to the show.
Yeah, I saw that.
That's good stuff.
And
Tom
and,
McCormick.
and Chucky, our buddy
hello
Chucky.
To all our loyal listeners, we really appreciate it. And you guys have anything else? Or is that it? Is that it?
There was something else, but I completely forgot. It's probably not that important.
All right. Well, you can do it next week.
Yeah, next week.
Exactly.
All right. Well, it's been a lovely time.
Thank you, Rafa.
here
Thank
on
you
the
for the
show.
effort that you're making here with,
In the construction zone and the whole thing, you got it together.
Lenny, you can't just split tonight. You got to help pack shit up,
What?
okay? Yeah, you can't just take off. We got to
Huh?
move all this stuff down to Rafa's car.
What are you talking about?
It all goes down to Rafa's
No,
car.
it doesn't.
Yeah, you can't
but-
stay here.
Oh, that's right, because it's a construction
Yeah, it's
site. I'll
construction.
help you. I'll help you
Okay.
for sure.
Don't.
Rafa, I can help you. No problem.
You guys can take just the mic stands, and that'll be enough.
Good. I'm
There
an
you go.
excellent mic stand taker. 100%. You can ask my sister about that when I help her with her band.
Oh, she's playing on Wednesday.
Yeah, that's right. She's playing on Wednesday at Gramps.
At Gramps.
Yeah.
If you want to hear some metal.
If you want to hear some really
You're going to that,
heavy
Rafa,
metal.
for sure. Wednesday?
I'm supposed to be going, so. Rafa,
Lenny,
you wanna,
you're going. That's going to be like Lenny, you're going to be.
I put my earplugs in.
You're going to be like a noodle on Friday for the haunted hike, and then you got to get through those 2 nights.
No, I won't. Thursday I won't go out. I'll take it easy. It's okay. It's all
Thursday
good.
you'll do something for sure.
No, I'm not doing it.
All right.
I won't. I'll
There you go. Nobody invite Lenny anywhere
No,
on Thursday.
I'm not going anywhere Thursday, guys. I'm out.
Wine night
Right.
at home.
Don't get hit by a coconut, Manny. Take it easy. Look up.
Everybody should look up.
Yeah. Look up and make
Keith
sure.
needs to do something about this.
They're doing something about it. It's happening
We
already.
should start a chat.
Yeah. We did already. You're not on it? It's full. You'll be on. I'll put you on the waiting list.
The waiting list on the Let It Go.
I asked somebody.
I'm on it.
It's
I'm
like
on all of them.
pictures of coconut trees.
Oh,
and people saying, why aren't these coconuts wearing seatbelts?
Oh my God. Okay. Are you a comedian?
Did you see that today?
No, I didn't.
Yeah, you did.
I
Why
did.
are these kids wearing seatbelts on the
Oh,
back
I
of the
did
golf cart?
see that.
Oh yeah, they wetted out their face.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why aren't these kids wearing seatbelts?
Well, they were on. Apparently, they're on Crandon Boulevard. By the way.
Here's a question for you guys.
That's
Would
a
you
good one
feel
to-
safer with the seatbelt on a golf cart or without it?
I think it's safer with it. You don't
Yeah.
want a kid flopping out. Yeah. Listen as a
That's a tough call. I think you're losing either way. I think you have to have. I mean, I've seen people fly out of golf carts.
right.
Yeah.
So
I've
that
flown
won't
out of a
happen
golf
if you have a
cart.
seatbelt on.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I mean,
I've
if you
flown out of a
roll
golf
it,
cart.
you're toast either way, probably.
Right.
So one time, Bobby and I rolled the golf cart. And
Just sprung off of it.
no, I was in the passenger seat and,
It went your way?
and it went his way,
Oh, okay.
but he put his leg down
And,
and
it
then
fell on
it
his
fell
leg.
on his ankle.
Ooh, ouch.
He got a big gash on it and it was
What
like,
happened? How do you roll a golf cart?
Well, we were young and
In a golf course or something?
you want to know where it was? It was at Harbor Plaza. So, where the 7-Eleven, right where the Golden Hog is, we were making that turn. We had left 7-Eleven,
No.
and we were making the turn
You were going
around
too
to come
fast.
back to Crandon. And we went a little too fast,
Yep.
and the thing tipped on that turn. It was at night, and it just tipped.
That's a rookie move. And then you tipped it right back up and kept going?
Well, then I fell on him. I fell on him. The golf cart fell on his foot or his ankle. He got this huge gash.
Oh my God.
But we were not sure if it was bad or not yet. So we go over back to the party.
Oh my God.
And, we keep partying for a little bit. But then it was a situation where we realized, so we got to do something about this, Bob. Because this is a big gash.
Oh my gosh.
So you went to the
Anyway,
urgent care?
if we were wearing seatbelts, I'm not sure it would have been better. And if you get hit by a car,
Yeah.
like from the back,
I think these people
I don't know.
what they were complaining about is that they were on Crandon Boulevard and the golf cart was packed with kids. It
Yeah.
was too many kids on a golf cart and they were on Crandon Boulevard.
I mean, if you want to talk safety, if you get rear-ended on a golf
No,
cart,
that's it.
and you're,
So- yeah.
goodbye. You're in a
Yeah.
wheelchair.
Yep. Yep. So let's not talk about that. That's not happy times. This is my happy little island in my little golf cart world with coconuts freely
Yes.
falling from the sky
Coconut
and my
safety
paddle
is the-
boarding.
is the name of
Don't
the
bum
game.
me out, Rafa.
I want to hear where the candidates stand on coconut safety. That's what I really want to know.
Are we going to put a
They need
list
to
of
put
questions
diapers
together?
on all the trees is what they need to do. These little diapers up on top of the trees so that if any coconuts are about to fall out, yeah. And then the owners need to pick up after their coconuts.
There you go. Hey, a couple people said that they've rolled their golf carts too, and it cost Bill Stevens $1,800, and that hurt him.
Wow.
Not physically, mentally.
Bill, no,
Yes.
emotionally. But
Emotionally, money
Bill,
wise.
you could have bought a new golf cart for that.
Yeah, really.
What's the acronym for that one?
Yeah. No bueno.
El Shafto.
Yes. All right.
All right, let's
gotta
get
cook-
out of here, man.
I gotta
That's the
cook
show.
dinner.
Thank you for listening. Please subscribe. There's right on the Facebook page. If you go to Rat Radio, the first pinned post at the top tells you how to subscribe for every service that you could imagine. Or you can go to ratradio.net. It's there it's way at the bottom of the page right now, but we're retooling it.
I'm going to put it on the chat right now.
So there's links to. I really feel like the easiest way, and everybody who tells me that they listen every week has an iTunes subscription. If you have an iPhone, and you just go, you hit subscribe, and every week it just pops like like it's an inbox kind of thing. It's very, very convenient. You don't have to remember. You don't have to go seek it out.
YouTube does that too.
There. Yes, if you use YouTube. A lot of people don't use YouTube though.
iTunes is the new YouTube.
Well, iTunes is actually on everybody's phone,
That's
whereas
true.
I imagine there's a good percentage of our audience who doesn't use it.
I just put it on the chat. It's a link. It's easy.
I think that people still do the old-fashioned Facebook live way.
The live way.
Yeah,
I think that's too much effort.
I know.
So subscribe. It's even better. And the people who subscribe are the ones who talk to me the most about it because they're like, oh yeah, I was just in my car and it came on. Perfect.
Cool.
Okay.
All right. Good night.
Thanks,
check
everybody.
Out, check
Thank
out
you
the
for coming
moon.
out. Yeah.
See you later.
See us out there on the key. And we'll be back next week. Thank you, as always, for listening. Have a great night.
Good night.
Bye.